So good morning students. Today we will discuss about April 9 questions of insights. So let's start the class. So let's start the quiz. So let's analyze the first question, and they are asking which of the following is correct with respect to the above statements. Two statements are given. So in the options they have mentioned both statement 1 and 2 are correct, and again 1 and 2 are correct. 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect. Statement 1 is incorrect and 2 is correct. So we can conclude that any of the one statement is correct here. And now we have to check whether 2 justifies statement 1 or not. Okay, and let's read the statement. NatGrid is an integrated intelligence sharing platform that utilizes a centralized database to store sensitive travel and financial records of Indian citizens. Okay, the platform allows authorized agencies to query databases of various government and private providers through a secure middleware interface without directly holding the data. Okay, it is like UIDAI without directly holding the data. They are requesting from the database, NatGrid database. Yeah, I think this is justifiable, but let's leave the question aside. Let's make it sure, double sure, and move on. Okay, so we will leave it for the second round. Let's move on to the second question. With reference to chlorpyrifos, an organophosphate pesticide, consider the following statements. Okay, so this one, chlorpyrifos is an organophosphate pesticide. So there are two statements. Which of them are correct is the question. So one only, two only, both 1 and 2, and neither 1 or 2. Okay. In these kind of options, we can eliminate at least 2. Then we will be left with other 2 options. That is the main trend which was seen in these type of options. So let's read the first statement. It functions as a neurotoxic agent by irreversibly inhibiting the enzyme acetylcholinesterase, leading to respiratory failure in target pests. Okay. It is known to possess a high potential for bioaccumulation and can undergo long-range environmental transport to polar regions. So it functions as a neurotoxic agent, phosphate neurotoxin. So can you find any relation between those two? No idea. And this polar region, no idea. So let's leave that question and move on to the third question. With reference to Kali Tiger Reserve, which of the following statements are correct? Okay, so are correct. So let's read the options now. 1 comes 3 times here, 2 comes 3 times here, 3 also comes 3 times. So equal weightage for all the statements. If we eliminate one statement, then we will arrive at the answer. Let's look. It was previously known as the Dandeli Anshi Tiger Reserve. No idea. The reserve serves as a habitat for black panthers, which are melanistic variants of an Indian leopard. Yes, black panthers are the melanistic variants of Indian leopard. That is right. So whether the reserve serves as a habitat for black panthers, Dandeli, that is Kali Tiger Reserve, that we have to check. The reserve is situated in the Western Ghats and is named as after the Kali River that flows through it. See, Kali River doesn't belong to Western Ghats. It belongs to Himalayas. So the third option becomes wrong. So we will eliminate B, C, D, and we will arrive at the answer as A. Okay. And let's move on to fourth question. Lake Natron in Tanzania is globally recognized as the most important breeding ground in East Africa for which of the bird species? Oh, tough one. But let's lake. It's a Lake Natron in Tanzania. Okay. So great white pelican, shoebill stork, lesser flamingo, African fish eagle. Okay, since it is lake, flamingos and stork have priority here. Pelicans, yeah, they do arrive at some lakes, but they're mainly seen beyond the subtropical region. So Tanzania comes in the subtropical or equatorial region. So beyond subtropical region, pelican has its place. So let's eliminate pelican here. An African fish eagle, it also has a chance to get into the place. So there are three options which are confusing. Leave that question, we will answer that in the second round. So fifth question, this is our last question. Consider the following statements regarding agroforestry in India. India has formally adopted a national agroforestry policy, making it the first country globally to have such a dedicated policy. Yes, India has a national agroforestry policy, but whether it is the first country globally, that is questionable. So look, they are asking for the correct answer, and the options are hard here. Only one, only two, all three, and none. This type of options are hard. So let's move on to second statement. Model Rules 2025 aim to standardize the registration of land for agroforestry and simplify the certification of timber produced on farmlands. Okay, this looks progressive, and the year it is 2025, and this one, simplify the certification of timber produced on farmlands. This looks a progressive step, and since the year is 2025, this may match as the step is progressive and the year is 2025. Okay, and agroforestry, so to second one we can take it right. Agroforestry currently occupies approximately 25% of India's total geographical land area. This is too much. 25%, 2.5% or something like that is okay, but agroforestry currently occupies approximately 25% of India's total geographical land area. That's the problem. If it is a cultivable area, cultivate that type of land, then it's okay. But total geographical land area, 25% agroforestry, impossible. So we will take the third statement as wrong. We will take the second statement as right. And India formally, the first statement, let's look at again. India has formally adopted a national agroforestry policy, making it the first country globally to have such a dedicated policy. India is generating some unique trends nowadays, so this may be one of that trend. So we will take it as a right statement, and we will take 1 and 2 as right and 3 as wrong, and we will mark B as an answer here. Only 2. Okay. So let's move on to the question we left. So the first one, okay, since it is a centralized database, the other agencies can raise a question regarding the information of government and private provider without directly holding the data. Why? Because it is a centralized, NatGrid is a centralized database, so other agencies need not hold the data directly. So I think this is justifiable, and we will mark A as the answer. So second one, the chlorpyrifos. See, in UPSC, when you come across these kind of difficult terms, don't get panic, just read. See another difficult term. Do not concentrate to comprehend this one, just analyze the option. This is an organophosphate. This is a phosphate related pesticide, so it functions as a neurotoxic agent. There is a chance, since it is phosphate, by irreversibly inhibiting the enzyme, this enzyme, leading to respiratory failure in target pest. This can happen. It is known to possess a high potential for bioaccumulation, since it is phosphate, or this has a tendency to bioaccumulate, and can undergo long-range environmental transport to polar regions. I'm not sure about polar regions. See, whatever we do here, That is a nature's rule. Whatever we do here, the damage accumulates in the polar region. So the polar region, mentioning the polar region may be one of a reasonable logic here. So we will mark both as correct. Both answers as correct. And third one we answered. Fourth one, yes, Lake Natron in Tanzania is a breeding ground for which bird species? Very difficult one. So we eliminated pelican. Now we have shoebill stork, lesser flamingo, and African fish eagle. See, we are going for the extreme step here. What is extreme step in MCQ? We are only considering B and C. Let's try our luck here. So we are eliminating A and D. Since B and C have more chance of getting to be the right answer. So shoebill stork or lesser flamingo, that's our question. Shoebill stork looks, B looks more strong here. Why? Flamingo we are seeing in many places, but shoebill stork, that is rarely heard. So this might be the guy who resides in Lake Natron in Tanzania. We assume so. We will end the test here. We will analyze the 5 questions. Let's finish the test. So only 20%. That's okay. It was very tough. All right. So statement 1 is incorrect. Why? Net counter-terrorism. Okay. So it doesn't collect the database of and financial records of Indian citizen. It is related to counter-terrorism, intelligence sharing network. So we went wrong there. All right. So second one we made it right. Chlorpyrifos. We got the key from this thing. Neurotoxic agent phosphate and neurotoxic. This is relatable, and this has the phosphate. This metal can be a big one in bioaccumulation. So there we nailed it. And this one, Kali tiger, 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, all right. Kali, there is a river in Uttara Kannada, but I am familiar with the Kali river in the northern India. So we went wrong in that case. Okay. Shoebill stork, but you see the answer is lesser flamingo. Okay, we eliminated that. The extreme logic was right. We eliminated A and D. B or C is the answer. So lesser flamingo is the answer. Tough luck. Fifth question we made it right, but whether we made the right choice, we will look. We analyzed first one as right, second one also as right, but the third one we left it as wrong because 25% of the India's total geographical land area is impossible. So yes, that's the right option. 1 is correct, 2 is correct, and 3 is incorrect. Approximately 8% of India's geographical land area. That's okay. That's justifiable. So that is it for today. It was hard luck. It was difficult, but there also we have made 2 out of 5 right. If we left these 5 questions, you left with no mark. But since you made 2 questions right, you will get 2 marks extra. So this is a nice thing, right? When tough questions come, you will sit there, you will think logically, and you have to make at least 2 right. You will make it right, that's sure. So this is how you have to approach MCQs. We will see tomorrow with tomorrow's questions. Thank you.